Hey friends, I'm Catherine and today I want to show you what I am calling a birdmark. It's a bookmark, looks like a bird is perching on top of your book. I've got some white clay because I want it to be a white bird. I have got a bit of metal because, well, this is just a bit of wire actually, because I want it to not break when it's shoved into a book. And I have got a toothpick for a sculpting tool. So we're gonna go low tech and easy today. First thing that I'm going to do is just pull off a section of clay and roll it out so that it's even and pretty thin, because I want the section that sticks down into the book to be pretty thin. So to just roll it to maybe that width. I feel like that's a good width at this end. And then we'll just take and cut it a little bit shorter than the wire actually. And you'll see the why on that in just a moment. But we'll cut it a little bit shorter than the wire and set that aside. And then round off the end and slice our clay open. Just trying to make a cut about halfway through the roll of clay and opening it up so that we can drop our wire in. I want one end of the wire to be sticking out of the roll of clay, which is part of why we cut it short. And then I want to close the clay up around the wire and smooth it back out. So you can't tell there was ever a seam. Or hopefully you won't be able to tell there was ever a seam. There we go. Something like that. Perfect. Okay, so now I've got a bit of wire covered in a bit of clay, and I have some more white clay over here. So we'll ball this back up, and I think this is going to be too much for our bird. So we'll take like half of that and see how we run with it. And we will roll it into a ball and then into a football, hopefully. Sort of. Footballish. There we go. Okay, and then we will take and bend our ends up so that it's sort of like a smile instead of a football. Because this is going to be the belly of our bird, and this will be the back. And we bring his head upward a little bit more, and we can round it over. And there's a little hair stuck in it, so take that out. Happens to everyone. I guarantee it. But he will be a chubby, bubbly bird. And let's actually bring that head up a little bit more before we bring it down a bit. That way we can round it off further and bring it forward. And pinch a beak out the front. Sort of like that. There we go. And he is starting to become bird-shaped, I would say. Let's give him a little bit more tail now. Let's lengthen that tail out and round it out at the end. And Smooth those side angles down so that he's not quite so boxy. And that is more or less a bird shape, but he's going to need wings. So for the wings, we'll take the rest of our white and squish it flat. Flat, flat, flat. And then, let's see, roll it flatter with something like a pencil. I'm using a colored pencil here, but just any cylinder will do for rolling clay out flat. And let's pick it up and turn it over and do the other side. And there we have it, a flat piece of white. And from this, we can cut an oval . That's probably too big. Let's narrow that down a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. There we go. That's more like an oval that we'll want. And lift that out of the middle there and set it aside for a moment without having messed it up too badly. And pull our white back up and set it aside again. And then from this oval, we're just going to take and cut it across diagonally. And that gives us two wings. One for this side, which we can take and put on. We'll want to put right at about shoulder height and lean it backwards over his back. And then one on the other side, same way, about the same height, leaning backwards. There we go. Sort of like that. And then we'll want the ends to lift up a little bit, just so that they aren't quite laying flat on the tail. There we go, something like that. Or just laying flat on the tail, whatever. It's all working. And then smooth it back, not right at the top, but right at the back of the neck. So that that smooths down right there. Same thing for the other side. Right there. There we go. Okay. All right. Now for finishing touches. I don't want to add any other colors to this. I want him to be monochrome, but I do still want him to have indications for eyes. So for that, rather than actually giving him eyes, what we're going to do is put an indent, but not for the sake of an indent. What we're trying to do with this indent is define his cheeks and his eyebrows. Go on one side, and then, if we can do it, on the other side. There we go. Something like definition for the cheeks and eyebrows. And now for the final touch that will make our little bird the bookmark. We're going to take our bit of clay covered wire and find the center of his body and press it up through. There we have it. One Birdmark. can bake this according to the instructions on the label. And this will stick down into the book. And this I actually maybe want to tilt up just a little bit more. That way he is sitting flat on a book. There. There we have it. And there we go. One easy bookmark. Birdmark. If you liked this video, let me know. I'm always happy to hear from you. Remember to subscribe, and I put up new videos every day. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!